Hello, I'm excited for this video. I'm going to be talking about stepping into your power and how this can be a bit scary, but is also needed at this time on our planet. We need good-hearted, centered with the divine source, spirit, creator, whatever. Pure-hearted, centered, divinely centered beings who are in their power. We need these people. And so in this video, I'm going to convey to you how exactly to step into your power. And I'm going to walk you through parts of it that may seem scary or you may not understand. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will understand how exactly to call on your power and step into your power and come into alignment with who you came here to be. Okay, so if this is something that would add value to you, I just ask that you either like, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel called to, or all of them, or none of them, whatever. This video, if you hate this video, then fine, don't like it. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, so let me ask how to start this. Okay, so your power lies solely in the wholeness of who you are, in the wholeness of who you came to be. Not just the good parts of yourself that you love about yourself, but also the shadow parts of yourself that you've been taught to shame. Our shadow is not something scary. Our shadow doesn't mean that we have good and we have evil inside of us. That's not what having a shadow aspect means. The shadow aspects are the parts of ourselves that we were taught were bad from a young age. The parts of ourselves that we were taught to be ashamed of. And so we learned how to keep them closed down and keep them shoved back into the background, and we've been denying these aspects of ourselves. But every single aspect of who you came here to be is a key, is a puzzle piece to unlocking your full potential, to unlocking your power. And you can't unlock all of your power until you've reintegrated every piece. It's just like you can't have a completed puzzle until you put every single piece till that last piece clicks together, and then you are so happy you finished your puzzle. The only problem when it comes to stepping into our power is that we've been taught that some puzzle pieces are bad and some puzzle pieces are good. Like perhaps, say for example, you're a very generous person and you love to step into the role of a caretaker. That is something that is looked at to be good to humanity. So maybe you were overpraised for your caretaking abilities, and then you went so far into your caretaking because of how much praise you got for it growing up, that now you're stepping past your own boundaries, trying to gain that same approval that you once got as a kid for being good at taking care of others, and now you're a people pleaser. Whereas that would be a good aspect that turned sour because of society. So to reclaim your power in that aspect, it would be learning to say no when you want to say no, knowing that your worthiness is in who you are here and now. Your worthiness doesn't lie in saying yes to everybody or taking care of everybody. So in order to retrieve that puzzle piece, it would be learning boundaries. Whereas a shadowier aspect of you, for example, could be your boldness, your bigness, your loud. For example, this is one of my shadow parts that I'm reintegrating at this moment, is I've always been very loud, very passionate, very driven. And when I would walk into a room growing up, all the way through being a teenager, I have a very distinct memory of being at my first job at a movie theater, and I was just so happy to be there, and I was loud about my happiness. I was just like being me authentically, which in that moment was being loud and being happy and always smiling, always having a good day, being very expressive about how grateful I was. And there was this one girl that I went to school with who I also worked with at the movie theater. And I distinctly remember one day her telling me, or maybe she told one of my friends, and my friends told me that she said this, that she didn't like me. She's like, oh, April is so annoying. Like, she's just so happy all the time. Like, it's annoying, and I just don't trust her. And so from that point forward, I started to hide this part about myself. I thought there was something wrong with me, that I was just so grateful to have a job, and I was so happy to be there, and I loved being around the people that I worked with. And so I started shutting that part of me off. I started toning myself down. I started getting small. I started shaming the part of me that wanted to come out and smile. I would then start telling myself, ugh, don't be so annoying, April. And so this turned into a shadow aspect of myself. The part of me that wanted to come out and play and be loud and bold and excited for life turned into a shadow aspect of myself that I was ashamed of, that I thought there was something wrong with me because I was excited to be alive. And so I'm slowly working on retrieving that by not caring about other people's perceptions of me. Because I believe that in that moment, perhaps, she was not happy to be alive. And I'm not happy. I'm not saying that's... Anyway, I'm not glad that she was in that state, but perhaps she was in this state where she was cynical at a young age. We were like 16. So she was probably already jaded and cynical to life. And I was the opposite. And it was shining a bright light onto the fact that she was not happy to be alive. She was not happy to be there. She was not grateful to have a job. Whatever the case may be, my bigness, my excitedness, my gratefulness about life was shining a light onto her, onto the parts of herself that she didn't want to look at. And so she projected it onto me and shamed me for being this light in the world, or whatever the case may be. That's just my own interpretation of it. Perhaps it's something different. I don't know. I'm not trying to overanalyze the situation. I'm trying to use it as an example. So once you can pull back the parts of yourself that were the good, quote unquote, good girl parts of yourself that society approved of, once you can rein those back in, and the parts of yourself that were bad that society shamed you for, once you can take those out of the shadow, and so it's like a coming together, a balancing of all of your aspects, and you have all your puzzle pieces, you're stepping into your full power. Okay? When you first claim your power, when you first say, I am whatever, an I am statement is powerful. I am abundant. I am reclaiming my abundance. Okay. Now the universe, God, source, your spirit guides, your higher self, whatever you want to think of it as, is going to show you all of your cycles that you've been repeating that are not in alignment with abundance. They're going to show you all of your thoughts that are not in alignment with abundance, all of your beliefs that are not in alignment with abundance. They're going to show you all of the people in your life who are not in alignment with your most abundant self. And this is the part where we can get really, really scared. And we can start to feel like we're doing something wrong. We're like, well, I reclaimed my power. I'm trying to reclaim my abundance, but now my car is breaking down and I have a bill I just found out about. I thought I had it on auto pay, but somehow auto pay malfunctioned and now I'm 4 months behind, and all of these things start to pile up, and it seemingly looks like it's showing you that you're actually not abundant, right? To somebody who is going through it and you can't see the bigger picture, you're going to start to feel like, oh my God, maybe I'm not abundant. Like maybe that was me being delusional, thinking that I could have abundance. Maybe this path isn't for me. And all of these doubtful, scary thoughts, low self-worth thoughts start to come up. They're not coming up to bully you. These things in the external are not happening to tear you down. They're happening to point the light on the aspects of yourself that are not in alignment with what you are claiming. You are claiming abundance. Okay, well, you still have in the roots, down, deep down, in the roots of your being that perhaps you've never looked at, you still have some limiting beliefs about your worthiness, that you don't feel worthy of abundance. You don't feel powerful enough to claim abundance. So now all of these external situations are coming up, giving you the opportunity to react differently. The version of you that believes that you're not abundant, that you're not worthy of abundance, is going to react a certain way when these external situations start to pop up. The version of you that does not believe you are worthy of abundance is going to start believing the thoughts, thinking that the external happenings are proving to them, oh, well, I might as well give up. Not worthy. What they're asking you to do is to step in your power in the moments that look like you have no power. For you to face the thoughts that are freaking out. How am I going to even pay? Like I'm 4 months behind. How am I going to afford to pay $2,000 right now on my car payment? Okay, breathe. Sit with the part of yourself before you take any action. Sit with that part of yourself that is scared. Sit with that part of yourself that is in a lack frequency and just breathe into it, okay? Take a deep breath. Breathe into the lack for as long as you need to, observing it as a separate thing from you. You are not the lack. You're observing it as if it's separate from you. And sit with it as long as you need to. And then after the lack starts to dissipate a little bit, the fear, the anxiety starts to dissipate a little bit because you're redirecting your thoughts. You're viewing them from a more neutral place rather than attaching to them and saying, I guess it wasn't meant to be. No, don't do that. Stop. When you start doing that, stop. Just stop. Breathe. Tap if you need to. I don't know any specific taps, but it helps. I just randomly tap my body. Get back into your body. Get back into the present moment. I am here right now. I am safe right now. I am okay right now. Get back into your body. Just tap all over your body. Shake your body. Scream if you need to, whatever you need to do to get into your body and release the anxious thoughts, okay? And once you start to feel more centered, an answer will come to you. Okay, I can't pay the full $2,000 right now, but I can pay $300. Okay, I'm going to pay the $300. And that's what I can do right now. So that's what you're going to worry about. And then maybe in a week from now, okay, I have another $300 that I can pay towards my car payment. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting that I am abundant. I am trusting that God will provide. I'm trusting that source will provide for me. My only job is to change my perspective of the situation. That is it. Your only job, my only job, is to change your perspective of the situation. Now, this is the most important part. From the low vibrational, out of your power version of yourself, you would freak out. You would go down a spiral of lack. You would start berating yourself. Oh, you should have checked. You should have been checking anyways, even though it was on auto pay. You're going to start being mean to yourself. You're going to go down all of these different spirals and rabbit holes. This is the low vibrational person. This is the low vibrational version of yourself. This is not the version of you that is in your power. The version of you that is in your power knows that you are safe no matter what. Knows that you are going to be okay no matter what. You can feel anything, you can go through anything, and you are going to be okay no matter what, because you are in your power. Even if you're in this high vibrational, abundant version of yourself and your car gets repoed, the high vibrational, abundant version of yourself knows that it's because a better car is coming. Maybe you were getting screwed on the APR. I don't know that much about finances. Maybe you were getting screwed over on your car payment somehow. And it wasn't in alignment with the most abundant version of you. And so now that you're declaring you're the most abundant version of you, that version of you is like, okay, bet. Well, I know exactly how to get you onto this timeline. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Are you going to come with me? Or are you going to get scared and go back to the littler version of you? You need to commit that. You need to know that this high vibrational, abundant version of you knows exactly how to get you onto that timeline. And it's going to feel bumpy and scary to your ego as you're going through it. But if you can realign, recenter yourself with your higher self, with source frequency as often as you can throughout, and change your perspective on the situation, you're gonna get there. But you need to trust yourself. You need to have a very deep relationship with yourself and with either your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors, God, source, whatever it is. Have a relationship with whatever it is, with the universe. Cultivate a trusting, loving relationship. Talk to whatever it is throughout your days. I'm really scared right now. I'm really wanting to fall back into not trusting, and I need your support. I really need your support as I go through this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to hold on to you with all of my faith that I can muster up. But I really am asking for your support at this time. Please just give me a sign that I'm on the right path by not following the fear spiral, by trusting you. Tell it. Show me signs. You can ask for something. Show me a blue car. Show me a bird. Show me a butterfly. Show me something today that is going to reaffirm that I'm on the right path. And it's going to give it to you if you're on the right path. Right? The higher version of yourself would view this and be like, well, I guess I have a better car coming. It's going to be a better car. I'm going to get a better deal on it. My insurance is going to insure it, maybe even for cheaper. I don't know. But you need to change your perspective. That is the game. The game is not about the physical, what's happening in the physical. The game that we are playing is all about perception. How can you turn shit into gold? Through your perception. That is the first thing that needs to change before you can fully step into your power, is your perception. When you reclaim your power, all of the lenses in front of your eyes that you're viewing the world from a low, out of alignment, not in your power place, are going to start to be revealed to you, not to torture you, not to bully you, not to drag you back down, but to show you what is holding you back from what you've just claimed, and so that you can flip through them really quick and change your perspectives on them all. And it's going to be painful, and it's going to be scary, and you're not going to know. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But once you claim your power, you have to start acting like the version of you that has that power. Once you claim your power, you have to act as if you have that power. And the power does not solely rely on it's not the external where you gain power from. The power comes from within. The power comes from the way you choose to talk to yourself, the lens you choose to use when going through a shitty situation, your actions throughout the day, the thoughts you choose to listen to. Your power is an internal job. And once you've fully alchemized all the shitty lenses and situations, once you alchemize those by changing your perspective, feeling through the pain, allowing the discomfort to arise, and then changing your perspective on the discomfort. You're not trying to get rid of the discomfort. This is the human journey. This is the human life. You're going to be uncomfortable a lot. People are going to die. Houses are going to burn down. Cities, like, shit's going to happen. This is the human journey. Nothing is perfect. But if you cling on to the things in the external reality that are trying to take you away from your power, you're going to spend your whole life viewing the world through a really shitty perspective. And so more shitty things are going to continue to happen, not to torture you, not to punish you, but to try and really like throw it in your face. Like, we're giving you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to change your perspective and step into your power here. Don't you see? Don't you understand yet? These are all opportunities to step into your power and change your perspective. And once you become the more empowered version of yourself, life isn't going to be perfect. Like I said, this is still the human journey. But you're going to have more good things come into your life to celebrate. Once you start changing your perspective to see abundance in every situation, to see the love and the joy and the gratitude in every situation, you're going to attract more things to be grateful for, more things to show you your abundance, because you finally started using that lens. Your lens, your perception of the world is what attracts things to you. Haven't you ever heard of that study where if you walk down the street, walk down a busy city street, you get to your friend's house and they say, "How many blue cars did you see?" You're like, "I don't know. I wasn't looking for blue cars." Okay, so tomorrow on your way to my apartment, because you're going to come back to my house tomorrow, when you're walking down the street, count all the blue cars and tell me how many you see. Okay, so the next day comes around. Now you're looking for the blue cars and you get to your friend's house. And you're like, "Oh my God, there was like 75 blue cars." There were so many blue cars. It wasn't that he was walking or that you were walking down a different street where all of the blue cars like to drive. It was because you changed your perception to look for blue cars. So because you were looking for blue cars, you saw 76 more blue cars than you saw the day before. That is the power of perspective. When you're looking through a lens of lack, you're going to see lack. You're going to see things that are going to make you angry. You're going to see lots of things that are going to prove to you that you're never going to be successful. In the exact same situation, you're not changing your external situation. You're in the exact same situation. But then you change your lens and you say, "You know what? I promise you, try to try this for just one day. Say to yourself for one day, I am only going to look for the good in every single circumstance. I am only going to look for what to be grateful about in every single situation. I'm only looking for gratitude today." You're going to find so many things about your reality to be grateful for that you didn't even know existed yesterday when you were so focused on all of the lack, when you were so focused on all of the shit. I promise, try it for one day. See if you can even do it for one day. It's hard. But every single night before you go to bed, you say, "You know what? I didn't do that great of a job today, but tomorrow when I wake up, I'm going to try again." I say this to myself every night because we are not perfect. Every once in a while, I'll have a great day. Like yesterday, I had a really good day. Like yesterday was yesterday was good. And so I laid down to go to bed, and in my prayer before I fell asleep, just kind of said, thank you, God. Like today was so good, and I'm so grateful for all of these joyful experiences. I'm so grateful for the amount of peace that I felt today. I'm so grateful for the clarity that you gave me today. I'm so grateful, whatever. But that's not usually how it goes. I have one of those days every now and again, but they're getting more. They're getting to be more often than not. That is my nightly prayer now because I'm focusing on gratitude. Whereas before, when I was still working on getting through one day of gratitude, getting through one day of stepping into my power, I would be like, you know what? I didn't do that great of a job today. And then I would just kind of, from a neutral place, not from a perfectionism place, not from a bully perspective, not from a mean perspective, from simply a neutral place, I would view my day as I'm going to fall asleep. I'm like, well, I could have been better here. And this thing really got to me. Like that situation really dragged me down. I felt a lot of lack in that situation. And I just see. And then at the end I say, that's okay. I forgive it all. I forgive myself for falling into the illusion of lack. And I forgive the lack for even rearing its head in my life. I forgive the entire situation. The situation itself and myself for my lack perspective of it. So I'm going to try again tomorrow. That's all you can do. Forgive the situations, forgive your perspectives, forgive yourself when you fall back down into lack perspective, and then tell yourself you're going to try again tomorrow. And then go to bed. Wake up and do it all again. This is truly a school. We are learning how to reclaim our power right now. It's not going to be like this forever. But at this point in our journey, that is the grade that we are at. We are learning how to reclaim and step back into our power through our perception of the world. And just like a third grader learning to write, if he doesn't do a very good job today, you're not going to be like, oh my God, you're never going to learn how to write. That is the shittiest handwriting I've ever seen. Is that how you would talk to a third grader learning how to write? No. You would say, oh my gosh, you're trying, it's better than yesterday, but let me show you, see, this is how you write an A. So let's just write an A 20 times in a row, and so that you can see how to do it the right way. And you're patient and you're kind and you understand that they're learning. So you're not going to belittle them or berate them or tear them down and make them feel hopeless and make them feel like they're never going to be able to write the letter A. No. Say, oh, of course, obviously when you're going to learn how to write the letter A, it's just going to take some practice, and that's fine. That is how you should view yourself. A student of life who is learning, who is going to eventually figure it out. You will absolutely figure it out and graduate, but until you're at your graduation day, you're not going to belittle yourself for not getting there yet. You still have, when you're in third grade, you still have 8 years left, 9 years left. I don't know, whatever. However many years from third grade to senior year of high school. You're not going to be like, oh, you're never going to graduate. Well, maybe not right now, but it's not graduation day yet. Of course I'm not graduating today. We're not there yet, okay? So use linear time to your advantage, because you will absolutely get to graduation day. You're just still on your way. That doesn't mean you're never going to get there, okay? So be patient and be kind. And remember, when you reclaim your power, when you step into your power, whether it's all of your power all at once, or you're stepping in and reclaiming your abundance, life is going to throw some shit at you. Life is going to show you all of the ways you're perceiving the world, and it's not going to be fun. It's not. I'm going to be honest. It's not going to be fun. Life's going to show you all of the ways that you're perceiving the world from a lack mindset, giving you opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to learn how to write the letter A, to learn how to view this situation from an abundant mindset. We're just practicing. You got this. I hope that this video added value to your day, to your perspective of power, and what this journey looks like. Bye.